Hey crew members, my name is Abingdon and you are at the Abingdon Co channel where we go on adventures with women in non-traditional industries. The weather has been improving and Shawn and I decided to go RV camping. So we brought the RV out, we decided let's go down to Arizona. It's absolutely beautiful, the high desert. We were thinking around Flagstaff, but we kind of got off to a late start. So we decided let's stop in Williams instead. It took about 3 hours to get here from Vegas, and we were anticipating just going for a nice, quiet RV trip. However, things happen when you get out of bed, and we stumbled onto this incredible car show. This whole town, which is a super tiny town, is absolutely full of old classic cars. You don't stumble on something like this all the time, and I think it's gonna be pretty cool. So come along, let's go see. I just found my car. Look at this thing. This is it. I've always loved Bel Air. Orange is my favorite color, so I think it's appropriate. If I could have any car, that Bel Air would be it. Shawn, can we have this? This is my man. Say hi, Shawn. He hasn't picked out his car because he drives a Tesla. Do you see all of these cars? These are beautiful, absolutely beautiful machines. Like, I take care of my Mini Cooper really well, but I don't take care of it like these guys take care of their cars. I'm really excited to talk to some of them, find out the stories of some of these vehicles. This is cool.
I built it 15 years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
This is amazing.
Came out of a barn.
So check this out. This is really unusual. Like 1949 is when they started coming out with these. It's a guide because the signal lights, like the red, yellow, and green, were above you, so you couldn't see them when you pulled up to a stop by looking out the windshield. So what it would do is it would reflect what color of the light was above you. So you would watch this and see when it turned green to go. Super, super cool. Not a lot of cars have this, and you just don't see it very often. This is really neat.
My name is Jan Bardwell. Lived here in Williams my whole life. This is my car. It's a 1967 Buick Grand Sport. Love it. It's got the 340 engine in it, and I'm asking $29,900 for it, or best offer. So
That sounds like a steal.
yeah, absolutely. Inside is very nice as well.
So you said you're the second owner, Jan.
Yes, yes.
So tell us the story.
Okay, so the Pocat family, Marge and Pete Pocat, they're the ones that bought it way back in the late 60s. 1967, I would assume. Then we bought it from them, my husband and I owned it for several years. Then I had to sell it. I always wanted to fix it up like it is right now. Had to sell it. About 10 years later,
Maybe not.
I got it back as it is right now. So the third owner were the Craig family, Robbie and Bob Craig, and they're the ones that fixed it up like it is today.
What kind of driving do you do with it?
Very little. Do the car shows every year.
Well, you're living in the right city. You were born in the right town.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely wonderful people.
Mitsubishi Evolution. It's a 2014, and I pretty much bought it stock. And then me and my dad have done everything to it. A lot of carbon fiber pieces, kind of like that look. Just press the button and it goes to my ride height.
Whoa. Okay, how did that raise? Is that hydraulic? Is that
It's air suspension.
Air suspension.
Yeah. I got it because in the front I have a lot of lower stuff, so driving on certain places it was like hard, and I have to drive sideways to get into certain driveways and stuff. It's the dip. So I got it so that I can air it up whenever I get to those situations, or then I can air it back down whenever we're driving.
That totally makes sense, because I definitely scrape the bottom of cars, and it's like you just cringe when it happens.
Like, all the carbon fiber, I'm like, oh, there goes a piece.
I know, right? And okay, so these are like racing seats, and it looks like you have a roll cage.
They're actually, it's just a harness bar for my seats. Eventually I'll get a roll cage, but it's just to hold the seat belts. And they are 5-point harness belts, and then you like get all strapped in.
Heck yeah! What kind of, are you racing?
I've raced a little bit, but now that I've added so much to it, I kind of am a little hesitant. You know?
Yeah, you don't want to tear it apart.
Oh no.
Yeah.
But eventually, I'll probably maybe track it or something.
I love this. This is amazing. Like the details are so femme, but they're so strong. Why the Evo?
I kind of just liked how they looked, the Evo series, always growing up, and so
yeah.
I like the older Subarus, but the newer Evos, I just love how they look. And the front end is so mean.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is a very mean looking car, but it's like a badass mean. Tell everybody where to find you.
My Instagram is SarahFaceX.
I don't even know what to say. We came out to camp, and this completely threw us for a loop. We definitely detoured and spent the day in Williams checking out incredible cars. This is the 5th annual historic Route 66 car show. Some of the women I met, some of the guys that were telling me how they rebuilt their car, and so many people here had cars longer than they've had their spouses. It was really, really neat. Definitely an opportunity that you do not want to pass up. So Shawn and I are going to have a great camping trip. We found a spot in the forest. We can camp here for 2 weeks without a bother, without breaking any rules or anything like that. So we're definitely going to camp and set up. You ready to camp?
Yeah.
Let's camp. So we just set up camp. It's pretty easy when you have a camper, because everything's kind of already set up for you. But we did put out our lovely hammock, which I'm super excited about. One of the reasons why we picked this spot is because of the 2 trees. We got our 2 chairs, we've got our little table, and then one of the things that Shawn wanted to do is set up this new target that we have. So I'm looking at it right now. I'm going to show you guys. If you don't know, Shawn and I are gun owners. We are responsible. It's more recreation. I mean, that's really why it's just like any other skill. I have a soccer ball because I like to play soccer. We've got snowboards because we like to snowboard, and we have guns because we like to shoot. And it doesn't have anything to do with anything other than it's a skill that is fun to build on. So this guy picked up these 2 little steel targets for us to practice with. Can you see those? And basically what you have to do is get some poles and just run it together, and it's very, very easy to set up. And then you can just basically put it anywhere and go practice with it. So we brought a few of our guns, so we're gonna do some of that and see how good we can do. I've been practicing a lot, so. Shawn?
I'm gonna do good.
He's gonna do good, but I'm hoping, because I'm super competitive, that I beat him. But I probably won't. He's been shooting a lot longer than I have, so we'll see how it goes. So this is the target. So everything that is black. So you see this piece right here, it's got these two little legs, and then you've got 4 hooks and the steel target. It's nice to have a steel target because you can hear if you hit it or not. Plus, it'll go back and it'll move and everything. But a lot of times if you don't have something that's metal that you're hitting, then you just have to use your eyesight or have somebody else take a look. Sometimes I just don't see it. So it's a lot easier when you have a steel target because you can hear it. But you got the 4 hooks, and then you've got these 2 anchors, kind of, if you will. And then all Shawn did was he went and bought a couple poles and then cut them in equal amounts and put the thing together. So it requires 5 poles, and then just it assembles in like 5 minutes. And then when you're done, you just have the poles, and then you've got these little black pieces that you stick in a bag and the targets, and go about your day. So this is what we're gonna practice on. I've never used them before. I'm kind of excited, yeah, it should be fun. Can you see the target all the way in the distance? 85 yards, you think? We're gonna sit at the table here and try and shoot it from here. Hit it, babe. We're gonna be snipers one day. On steel targets. Do you think you're even getting close?
No idea.
I'll try. So we could have sucked where we were, at least. We weren't gonna hit anything. We couldn't even see where we were hitting. So it just didn't make sense to be that far away. I don't think 85 yards is at our skill level yet. So we came a little bit closer. I don't know, it's about maybe halfway from where we were. So we're probably at about 40, 50 yards, something like that. And we'll see how we do. I will get it.
So close.
Woo! Nicely done, my friend! Woohoo!
It can be hit.
It can be hit! Yay! Check you out! Yeah. Good job. Okay, so Shawn and I are trying to figure out animal prints. We found this pond on this hike, and we've determined that's a deer. What do you think?
I don't know.
It's big.
It's big.
Elk?
Elk?
I don't know, what do you guys think? Those little guys right next to it, those are raccoons?
Raccoon.
Probably.
Or some little animal.
Something with claws. But that guy. That's a big one. But yeah, all of these are all, that's all deer. What do you think that is?
Deer.
Deer as well? Well, we'll figure these out. If you guys know what they are, put it in the comments. It's so peaceful. Welcome to my camper. This is the teardrop, and Shawn is getting we have a BioLite, if you know what that is. It's going to be to cook the chicken tonight. I'm going to prep the salad in here, but I kind of wanted to just give you a quick look at where we camp. So if you've never seen one of these teardrops before, they're pretty simple. We've got the kind that has a full, well, not a full bathroom, there's not a shower in here, but you do have a toilet in here, flushable completely, and it's got its little light and everything, so it's great in the middle of the night if we need to get out of bed, use the bathroom, we don't have to go anywhere, so that's really nice. And then I'm got the kitchen over here, which we've got a 2-burner stove and a sink, And then we've got the Cool Cat heat pump. Not like you, Carol Baskin, you cool cat. But this will be a heater and a air conditioner. So we might be putting on the heat tonight because I don't know, it's getting a little chilly. It's about 72. But that's that. And then we've got like an entertainment center here. So you play DVDs. There's a screen that folds down. Radios, speakers, kind of surround sound, even though this is a pretty small space. Anything's going to be surround sound. And then yeah, so, and then the bed. And that's basically it. It's pretty simple. I've got my fridge here, so for dinner tonight, we usually try to keep it pretty simple when we go camping. I've been marinating some sriracha barbecue chicken for the last several hours, and so Shawn's gonna be collecting little sticks and twigs and things like that. I'll show you how the BioLite works. It's pretty cool. But that will be our like our grill, and then I'm gonna prep a salad. So yeah, that's what we're doing, and then we'll be feasting. So here's Shawn cooking the BioLite, cooking the chicken in the BioLite. So check it out. This is pretty cool. So the whole thing, all you got to do is just keep putting sticks into that little furnace, and then it will heat up the whole grill. And you don't need anything big. You just need to find small twigs and small branches everywhere.
Yeah, they need to be like this small. Well, I like them to be like that's perfect.
Yeah, and it really cooks it quite well. I like your balsamic bread presentation. It's quite nice. And then we have our salad. And we still need the wine. I'm on it. I'm going to ask if you had any women that you think we should feature on our YouTube channel. It was so neat just running into that car show and meeting those 3 women who brought their cars and entered them into the competition, and Jan, who was selling her car, and then even Sarah, who just, I mean, she didn't care. She didn't have a classic, but she's doing her thing with her car, and it's totally different than what everybody else there was doing. You probably know somebody out there who's incredible and doing something just extraordinary and doing something that women just don't normally do. So if you do have somebody that you think should be on this channel, put it in the comments below. Let me know. I'd be happy to interview them. All right, well, last day of camping, and we had a blast. We went hiking, we went shooting, we ate some good food. We honestly just hung out and spent some time with each other and checked out from the world and found a spot, just relaxed. It was nice. It was really nice. So we are going to head back to Vegas. I hope you had a fun time. I hope you enjoyed this adventure. If you have not RV camped before or just spent some time out in the wilderness, it is a little difficult if you haven't done it before, but it's so worth it. And it's just breathing fresh air. It's temperatures, hot and cold and everything in between. It's Mother Nature at its best, and it's you and the world interacting on an incredibly visceral level. Go on some more adventures with us. Check us out on our next YouTube episode and hit the subscribe. Stay with us, join the crew. We'll see you later. Bye.